The Civil Service Association says it's closely monitoring events on the world stage and the impact they are having on St. Lucia's economy, factoring these into the demands that it, as a trade union, makes on its members' employers. The president of the CSA, Cyprian Montrop, commenting on the soon-to-be-received 1% increase in salaries of civil servants, says the increase has to be placed in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic and the setbacks caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
The 1% increase that we'll be getting will augment some of the challenges, but we know it will not carry it all through. However, we are asking our members to bear patience in terms of the increases and also in the manner in which they will go about spending. Given the increased prices, we're asking them to change their spending patterns, not compromising their health though, but to spend their changing patterns so that they could have healthy living.
The CSA's president says his organization remains acutely aware of the challenges of the wider society. Since the onset of COVID-19, many workers have had their wages reduced and others have lost their jobs or contracts.
In relation to the general public, we know that unless the private sector decides to give some increases to help cushion, they'll continue to fill it. And so we are very concerned about that because obviously it will have an impact on economic growth. And so we have to monitor that very closely.
Montrop says the CSA empathizes with the minibus operators and their call for an increase, but is wary of the impact the hike in the bus fare will have on an already under-pressure public.
The minibus sector is no different to that of a trade union, and obviously if their members are reeling, we do understand why there is need for an increase in their expense revenue. However, we would like to ask that they discreetly consider what kind of increases, because it's going to impact a lot of persons, and of course not everybody has the luxury of receiving an increase right now. And so we want them to balance whatever they're seeking with how it's going to impact society, and we're asking them to be prudent in the way that they go about doing it.
St. Lucia, like many similarly structured economies, faces the dual challenges of increased prices of key commodities like fuel and food and economic contraction. Navigating these turbulent times will require sound leadership and the cooperation of the long-suffering public. Stanley Lucian for the HGS News Force.